Spaztix Ninja asks, can you make a tutorial on how to make an LP? That would be most righteous, as I am an aspiring Let's Player, :3.
You know what? I have been sort of planning on making a tutorial on how to make a Let's Play for a while. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been really busy with my Let's Plays themselves, and especially with school. I'd have to sort of write up a script for it and then get my entire apparatus set up in such a way that would make it easy for people to emulate it, sort of, and I'd have to make it sort of accessible for people who don't have the exact same equipment as me, so it'd take a little while to prepare properly. There are some pretty good tutorials out there already on how to make Let's Plays. I forget the guy's name, but I used a tutorial to start my Let's Plays using the tutorial with the Dazzle and Pinnacle Studio. I don't use that anymore, so I would probably have to use my current system setup to make my tutorial, and I guess I could still tell you how to use the Dazzle because I still remember it. I used it for like 4 months, so I know it pretty well. So I am planning on doing that. It'll just take a little bit. If I do really get started working on it as soon as I can, maybe sometime next month. I can't guarantee anything though, because I've really got to focus on school more than anything right now. So yeah, just stay tuned. It'll probably happen eventually.
BJ Black 3000 asks, if you felt like you wanted to stop doing videos, what would be your last Let's Play?
Wow, this is a really hard question to answer because I'm really not planning on stopping doing Let's Plays anytime soon. If I was, I'd probably be able to give you a good answer because then I'd probably have something planned as my last Let's Play already. But I really have no idea. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing Let's Plays for, and I don't know what games I'll have completed by that time, so I really have absolutely no clue as to what I would want to have as my last Let's Play. It'd probably have to be a game that's really near and dear to my heart, and it'd have to be a game that I really just know inside and out and would be able to make a really good Let's Play of as my last, because I wouldn't want to just phone in a last Let's Play if I was going to end it off. I'd have to end it off with a bang, so to speak. So yeah, can't really answer that question really well, but that's probably a good thing, because that proves I'm not stopping anytime soon.
Osu Otaku asks, what's your opinion on the new motion control phase that gaming is going into? Do you think it's just another gimmick?
The motion control fad that is going around. This is the sort of thing that proves just how genius Nintendo is with their marketing strategy for this generation. They sort of decided that they were going to do something new and shake up the industry, and they took a big risk with it. I didn't really think it was going to take off. I'm a big fan of Nintendo, but I really didn't think this was going to work. I like my controllers just as much as anyone else, unmoving generally, but Nintendo has proven how to do the motion controls right. Not overusing it, not over-exploiting it, having it used when it's necessary, having it used when it enhances the gameplay, not just using it as a gimmick and as just a control scheme when you don't want to actually do anything else except for I don't think Sony and Microsoft really have that idea. Although the Move is a carbon copy of the Wiimote with newer technology, everything that makes the Wii charming, the art style, the simplicity of controls, that's all lost with the Move. Every Move game I've seen so far is just so bland, so generic that it's not even worth it. And when you're like me, I've already bought 4 DualShock. I'm not going to buy another set of controllers for this thing. I'm not going to buy into the Move at all because it's just pointless for the PS3. And as for the Kinect, that is going to fail so hard. I don't even really want it to fail too bad. It's a great technology, but it's not good for games. I like buttons as much as everyone else. Not using buttons at all in games, that's not going to work. It just won't. And from all I've seen from hands-on demonstrations of it and like press releases, it doesn't work all too well. And they can't even show like sign language or anything like that for people who require it, and so you can't use like voice stuff if they can't do that. And it doesn't see certain colors properly, it doesn't track movements all too well. It's just it's not gonna be, shouldn't be used in games. If that was used for internet browsing or TV or movies, that would be good. But games are so much more hands-on. You need a tighter interface that the Kinect just doesn't have. And the fact that it's $150 just itself without any games, and it can't be used on older Xboxes. It has to be on the newer Xboxes. People with the older Xboxes would have to buy a new one just to use the Kinect properly, or get an adapter or something. I'm not exactly sure because I don't have an Xbox, but from what I understand, you need the newer Xboxes come Kinect ready, the older ones aren't. So, and that's just, it's kind of sad. I really do think the technology is great, but it doesn't work for games. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about that.
Spaghetti MO asks, what is your favorite video game of all time?
This is another really hard question. There are a lot of games I can consider like my favorite of all time. There's like certain games from every console that I could consider that, like up from the NES even to the Wii. I actually don't, even though I have more games for my PS3 than any other system right now, I really don't have any games for the PS3 I could consider my favorite of all time. There are a lot of games that are really good, I love a lot, but none of them are like favorite of all time material. Super Mario Galaxy 2 is one of them. It even came out this year and it's one of my favorite of all time. That I've already 100%ed it twice, and I'm working on a third. That's the DS has The World Ends With You. That's one of my favorites of all time as well. It's really interesting and unique. GameCube's got Wind Waker, Metroid Prime, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and 64's got Star Fox 64, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, that sort of thing. But I could continue on with that. But gun to my head, favorite game of all time, Super Mario Land for the Game Boy. This, I haven't played it in years because I actually lost it, and that's really, really depressing because my Game Boy, even though it's older than I am, it still works perfectly and would be able to play it fine. Can't even tell you how many times I've beaten it. It has to be at like dozens of times I've played it through. It's a small game, it's only 4 worlds with 3 stages in each, but it's not even the best Mario game of all time. It's but it's got a special place for me. It's easily my favorite game of all time.
ACDC983 asks, do you use J454 to record your Let's Plays?
No, actually I have a sub-account set up to record all of my PS3 videos. I have my main account just to play stuff, but I have the sub-account to record so I don't get those annoying little person is online or person sent you a message things whenever I'm playing and trying to record. So, yeah, I don't use my main PSN account to record my Let's Plays.
Ha ha ha, GreatName asks, is there any game you really suck at?
Well, there are plenty of games I suck at, and I could probably name dozens right off my head that I really suck at, but it's more of a genres I suck at rather than individual games. I've never been good at racing games. Don't know why. I like a lot of them. I really like racing games. I have for a long time. That goes all the way back to like the Road Rash age, and all the way up to more modern games. I'm probably going to be renting Gran Turismo 5 when it comes out. I don't know if I'm going to buy it, but I'm going to rent it. And RTS games. Generally, I've sort of sucked at those too. I was pretty good at StarCraft when it was in its prime, but everything else I'm just sort of bad at. I guess I'm just not that amazing at the micromanagement part of it, but I like them, sort of. They're not my favorite genre. They're not my least favorite genre, that's for sure, but I'm just not all that great at them. Okay, well, I think that wraps up this FAQ session. If I've missed any questions, I'm sorry. I don't think I have, though. And, yes, that will end this session off. Thanks so much for your questions. I hope you continue to watch my Let's Plays as I continue to get slightly better as I continue on. Maybe I'll be good one of these days. So yeah, until then, later.